Gone through years of schooling, you've risen through the ranks, and now you have a really high salary, which is great. Or is it? A lot of folks who come to me for financial planning help are in that situation where they've gotten to the point where they are earning a lot of money, but they don't always want to have to. Maybe their job is just really, really taxing and demanding and time consuming and stressful, or maybe they're just not doing what they want to be doing from a value standpoint. A lot of folks I work with earn high salaries in tech, medicine, law, but they'd like to either move into a career that's more aligned with your values, so the nonprofit world, public service, let's say, or they just want a job that's less demanding and takes less time out of their day. So the question is, how do you do that? How do you plan for a world in which you actually make less income in the near future? Three things ought to be on your mind. Number one, what does it cost to live the life you have right now in terms of housing, healthcare, travel, daily spending? Number two, what does it cost to save for the things you want to be saving for in the future, for college funding, retirement, a new house, let's say? And then number three, how can you use that surplus income that you have, if there is surplus income, to fund that next phase of your career when you do downshift into lower paying work? So the first thing is the first item is a matter of budgeting. It's a matter of just looking at expenses and seeing what does that cost. The second one requires somewhat more detailed analysis as to how much it would mean to save for college and retirement. A financial planner can help you with that. And then number three, what do you do with the surplus income? Or is there surplus income? Because if there's not, that's a challenge. It's a challenge to fund that next phase if you're really using all the money you have right now toward living your life at the moment, which is, nothing morally wrong with that, but it makes things challenging, gives you less room to maneuver. If there is surplus income left over after basic needs and savings, the question is what to do with that money. And a financial planner can help you with that as well. Although, be aware about this because we financial planners are trained to get really fancy and nerd out on like this account and that kind of account, which has these tax benefits and maximizing net worth over time. But we also have to remind ourselves that maximizing net worth is not always the big goal here. Oftentimes, the goal for a person seeking out this advice is living a life that's fulfilling and more aligned with their values. And the tricky thing about types of retirement accounts that give you tax benefits is they always, not always, but very often have restrictions on when you can take the money out and for what. So if you need money for the coming years to just draw down on to support your lifestyle before retirement, you might not want the fanciest kind of account or insurance policy. You might want a really boring brokerage account, and a planner can help you sort out what kind to open and what to invest it in and how much to save. But that's often what I find. Sound financial advice is often really boring financial advice. But that's okay because the hope is that if your financial advice is boring and sound, it gets you to a place where your life is not boring. Your life is exciting and more aligned with you and your values. So there's a end in sight if you earn a lot of money and don't always want to, but it does take some planning to sort out kind of how to get there and what the path is.